Hello, I'm Enzo, and today I'll be playing TerraTech. And in this episode of TerraTech Builds, I'll be showing off this battleship. Well, it's a hovering battleship. I call her Purifier. The ship and name is based off, ship and a character from the game Azure Lane. I know it's not the highest quality image, but I took this from the game, so yeah. You can see how the design matches the in-game picture with the gun loadout and design, even with the little stabilizer wings, technically, but they're supposed to be like fins. And my entire goal for this was to make a hovering battleship. Now, my other hovering ships that were based off of Sirens from Azure Lane, they never really did well. And that's for a lot of reasons. The biggest being I could never figure out stabilization. Even now you can see we're slightly leaning forward, but we're staying completely still. There's a stabilization engine in there somewhere. I do also have sky anchors, but that's not really important. Stabilization is I prefer to use the stabilization engine over anchors now. The ship's dimensions, I believe, are 43 wide, 64 long, and I believe it's like 24 high. It really depends if you count the little wing at the top there on the fire control radar. Anyways, this ship is a crazy tech. I call it an unkillable demon because that's basically what it is. Now, for armament, you can see the three main guns. These are the same main guns I use on basically every tech now. They're Yamamoto guns. They're incredibly powerful. And there are three of them, so good luck surviving this. There's also I believe it's Perseus, I think that's how you say it, cruiser turret. That basically just gives us a second firing option. We also have a bunch of these dual purpose guns. They're for side and rear defense. Now, there aren't actually these two guns on each side on the actual battleships in the game, but I kind of just put them there for side defense, like I said. There are also these missile launchers. Now, considering you usually fire the ship from long range, the missile launchers don't actually do much. But if you have an enemy tech coming close to you, these actually are pretty handy. I also even have like a rudder. Kind of. It barely helps, but it's part of the design. Speaking of the design, this is a very unique ship for me to build. It took me a long time to build. I don't remember how many hours, but it was a while. So you'll notice the hull is different from, say, my aviation battleship. Normally, I would just have kind of like a pattern like these two here and just go down, making for really small text. But I decided to start using this new method of construction. You have spike armor extensions here, and then port armor, then spike armor extensions, and you kind of do a pattern like that, and you get something like this. Then I just use sport armor as the sides here, and in the back, I actually, let's see, yeah, this is like standard construction. It's just because of how the dimensions worked out. Originally, this whole section wasn't even supposed to exist. Like, it was supposed to just be closed. Until I just decided to open it up. That's why it kind of looks weird if you look really close. It was hard for me to complete that area. I would have had to shave a lot off. Yeah, it would have been annoying. So this is just how it turned out. I use Better Future blocks as the deck and Hawkeye blocks as the hull. And it works out really well. I also use a combination of the two for the superstructure. In here, it's a very unique thing. There are cabs and stuff in here. So I wanted to try something with this tech. This here is basically a escape pod. I thought it would just be neat to try, and it didn't really work. But somehow, I created a really cool thing in here. I'll have to show it off later, but basically, enemy techs will always aim for your cab, so you want to armor your cab a bit better. They'll also aim for the most easy to hit cab, and this just happens to be it. So basically, the enemies will be aiming for this spot on your tech while your guns wreak havoc. I think we should also get to propulsion. After taking her out of the build beam, well, I was moving there for a second, but this is a ridiculously maneuverable ship for, a battleship. Turning is a bit slow, but actually really fast at the same time for, what it is. And I forgot what top speed we can hit, but if we stabilize out, about 61 miles an hour. Now, another cool feature here is you can change how high up you hover. It's normally pretty low, like this, I think. Something like that. You usually hover pretty low. But, like I just had it, you can actually change the hover power all the way to max, and you fly pretty high. Like, I think you could get over most small techs with this. I have tested it, actually. You can get over some terrain with this tech. It's not really recommended, though. If you're in like a grasslands with a bunch of trees and you hit a tree, well, it's going to start taking off your armor plating, then it'll start taking off your hover pads, and it just doesn't end well. I should probably add reverse too. You actually go, well, not as fast, of course, but you reach decent speeds in reverse. And you guys probably saw me doing it, but I should also mention, with this control scheme, I have E and Q, which basically allows me to go left and right. Just because of how the construction, basically. These are called outriggers. They're kind of, if you think like a canoe. And I should note that the outriggers are actually the most important part of the ship. I don't think this ship would function if these didn't exist on the ship. And it's mostly just due to stabilization. These stabilize the ship so perfectly, prevent it from leaning crazy up or down, and it gives you plenty of room to put, well, more guns, more batteries, more shields. But yeah, that's about the design. Let's go to the turret run. Getting in the teleporter is a little annoying. I know the turret runs are there, but I prefer to use teleporters. So you sometimes have to build beam, or you can just go ahead and lower your hover power to where you're hitting the teleporter. My favorite place in TerraTech. It's going to take some of them a bit to get their shield and repair bubbles on, but the first one's nothing, so let's just fire. Yeah, just like the other aviation battleship, these things won't stand a chance. And we can target that one even. I believe if the tech is within your viewing distance, you can fire at it. That's just how powerful this tech is. Also, a good thing to note is that the cruiser turret fires twice as fast as the main guns. So if I rapid fire here for a second, you'll see they all fire at once, and then a few seconds later, well, it actually fires twice, yeah, like there. The secondary guns are also permanently firing. Let's see if we can get another hit here. Well, we can. Now, most of the time I've just been stopping to fire, and you can do that, or full speed ahead. I actually don't remember what happens when you do test full speed ahead. Well, that's pretty easy to tell. The projectiles don't really line up because they're trying to fire at the tech and you're moving, and it can't account for the moving. Something hit me. Oh, I guess that's not protected. That's odd. So you can see there, one of the missiles actually helped get it. Well, kind of. There we go. I mean, we've blown off their guns, so they're completely harmless. Yeah, these are no challenge. They rarely are for me. Actually though, I've had difficulty with the aviation battleship on this part. So TerraTech techs have a very short engage distance, so you gotta get close up. So just like my other ships, this tech is a huge issue. If the enemy is like underneath you, well, yeah, I actually don't have under defenses, so good luck with that. But usually, like that one there, they'll try to stay around you and fight you, which your secondary guns will dispose of them very quickly. Now, I don't think we took any damage. Well, except for that. I really thought that was in a bubble, but it's alright. I should also go ahead and discuss armor here. Since I'll be reloading the tech in a bit, let's do a teardown. Teardowns are really fun of techs of this size. Where do I start with a beast like this? Well, you can start on the first main gun. Few things to note here. I optimized how I placed the guns. Before, I would just, put blocks randomly hoping that it would anchor on them. But, a while ago, can I pick it up please? I figured out, just look at the bottom of the gun and figure out how to mount it. And it goes exactly like that. So it's a perfect fit. They all are. This has 2 repairing shield bubbles around it to keep it safe. You can see some of the stuff there. It also has anti-gravity, because these are pretty heavy guns. This is my standard ship construction. Armored deck. So you have your normal deck blocks and then 1 layer of armor plating. Actually, I think it's 2 on this ship. Yeah, I have 2 layers of armor plating on the ship. I remember now. It might just be around this spot because this is... Oh no, it's the entire deck that's double armor plated. Cool. And that's where we have all the juicy... These are ion batteries from Hawkeye. And I use these... They have lower battery capacity than, say, Better Future or Geocorp. But these are way sturdier. And that's another reason this ship is so hard to destroy. Even if the enemy did penetrate your armor and hit your batteries, they won't always explode. So you still have fighting potential. Under this turret, I don't think there's much of note. There's a plus-shaped bottom for it. We can go ahead and take a look at that. Perfect fit. Just more batteries, repair bubbles, shield bubbles, the usual. The conning tower. Like I said, enemy techs will naturally aim for this cab, so that's cool. Most of these blocks are just for decoration. There's an empty space there because there's a repair and shield bubble in there. What else do we have in here? That's where the cab is. Let's take off these. And I think, oh yeah, that one's basically just pure armor with repair shield bubble and a cab. I don't know if there are more cabs than that in here, but I don't think so. Then you have another cool feature I like. This is one of my favorite features, is how the deck is raised in multiple spots. Kind of like that. So I don't... Yet again, it's been a while since I built this, so I doubt there's... Yeah, that's just like armor until you hit... here? Oh no, so in some spaces then... Actually, let's take a look. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so there are 4 armor plates, like 4 layers of armor plating here. And I do use some of these Geocorp batteries, I forgot. But those are only where I can guarantee they're protected. If it's in a lightly armored area, like the bow, for example, I'm going to use more, important batteries here. How about the rear main guns now? If I could ever... There we go. So, same deal as the main one, but there's even more armor plating here. Like, you have to dig all the way down to get to anything. And once you get to something, actually, we're in the outrigger here. So I'll take one of these apart. You start with 2 guns, then spare armor plating, and then more armor plating, and it's literally all armor. That's why this thing is so hard to destroy. And, fun TerraTech fact. These fort armors and spike armors and spike armor extensions, I actually didn't know this when I built this tech, but apparently these disperse shells, meaning they take significantly less damage than if your, say, like flat blocks like these were hit. And I think that's really cool because it's realistic. Shells have a good chance to, like, you know, not penetrate or ricochet off of these if they hit them at a certain angle. So TerraTech kind of just changes these to make them really strong blocks to make it realistic. Then, once we get to here, this is where we keep all of the thrusters. I don't think there are many in there. They're all here. So you can see how I layered it, actually. There's one layer of, well, reverse thrusters. The top layer is forward, and then the lower layers are back, left and right, or turning thrusters. Yeah, it's a huge thing. I also have this armor spiked out like this. That's just how the ship is designed. I think it looks really cool. It took me hours to come up with this design finally. How about the stern over here? Well, stern aft, I think that's what it's called, I hope. It's just more batteries. This is purely batteries. That's all it is. Yep. Then you'll notice there's like a 1 block gap here. That's this thing, right? This abomination. And if we rip it apart, there's actually nothing. Well, actually, I kept that blank for a reason. It's just because how I designed it, like I couldn't build anything up in there. So you'll notice we actually have a secondary layer of hover. That's just how it was designed. This amount of hover could never hold this ship up, no matter, you know, how much extra power you gave it in this menu. So I had to put a second layer there. I remember that. But let's see if we can open it up a bit more. After that, we have one thin layer of armor plating, and then we have really dangerous batteries. I mean, that's approximately the whole ship. We'll blow some holes in it later and, you know, get to see more insides than you want to. Actually, I'm curious what happens if you take off the rocket launchers. It's just armor. And then armor all the way down to batteries. What is that, like 3 layers? Yeah, yet again, it's because I learned from my old failures with my other techs of the deck specifically not being well armored enough. Alright, let me reload and let's do some tests. If you guys watched my last TerraTech builds video, the actual aircraft carrier video, I used this Purifier tech to destroy the aircraft carrier, and that's because of the overwhelming firepower that Purifier possesses. So let's see what else Purifier can destroy. Now, since the AI in this game can't use like actual planes, we'll be flying ourselves. I'm kind of scared. Yeah, because of that. Although we can very likely outmaneuver. Oh, we cannot outmaneuver the guns. Uh-oh. I think that's a good capability test. Alright, now they can't hit me at all. But to be fair, I misspoke. My tech is completely crippled. Alright. And which way did I put the tech? Huh. You know, it's weird. I keep using techs I'm going to show off in future videos, in current videos. But this is a B-17 bomber, also known as a flying fortress. I wonder if this will be up to the task of actually defeating Purifier. I mean, I know she is, it's just, anti-air fire hurts. Especially because this is a very slow tech. We took a huge hit there, but I think we dealt some damage to Purifier. I'll see if I can't take another swing and hopefully deal some more damage. Now, only issue with this tech is its speed, yeah. now realize is that I'm going in for an attack way lower than I usually do. I feel like this is gonna hurt. I guess not. I think TerraTech builds is more like mechanized, like awesome mechanized tech combat. I don't know what I was trying to say. I think I was trying to say giant mech techs. Whatever. I can't speak. It's pretty safe to say though, we were destroyed. Somehow, the frontmost part of our tech is still alive. Actually, eat missiles. Ooh, I got the cab. Sorry about that. Can people not drop stuff for a minute in this house? But, I don't know how much longer we can survive like this. By that, I mean... Wow. Alright, so I hit one of the least defended parts of this tech, and that's what happened. Oh, it's actually so bad I lost my stabilization engine, so I need to use my old anchors. Wow, let me shake the debris off. Oh, the debris keeps coming. Wow. Okay, so the port outrigger was annihilated, basically. It's... the rearmost was annihilated. Both rear secondary main guns were annihilated. One of the missile pods deleted. Main guns are intact, that's surprising. There's a huge hole behind my main gun. Like, that's a little scary how deep that hole is. I want to inspect the damage. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, when your tech is leaning and you don't have stabilization anymore, that's a bad thing. I don't have hover power control. Oh, a lot of the hover pads in there are dead. There is a hole in here too, and it looks like a lot of those were destroyed. Oh dang. Like most of those were destroyed in there. We'll just rip. Yeah, we're missing a few. That was actually awesome. I didn't expect to deal that much damage in one strike. I also destroyed the cab. The wing's still on top somehow. Alright, this is the part I wanted to look at. Whoa. Alright, those were better feature blocks, so it makes sense they got destroyed. The damage doesn't actually run as deep as I thought. Those were probably just like 1 or 2 by Hawkeye blocks. So that would explain why they went. Wow. But, do you guys see the issue? This tech is still alive, with 3/5 battery power still left. And it took out the enemy attacking it. That's... yeah, unkillable beast. Unkillable demon. I need to get something else. Okay, hopefully we destroy it and it's not in firing range. Like I was saying earlier, our guns actually target that spot. Well, it would target the spot behind it, but the cab is in there. And because of the concentration of shield bubbles, it actually can't hit it. Well, it doesn't deal that much damage. Let's see what we can do. I'm actually starting to think shooting this tech from the back is more fun. Because like here, you just aim for the cabs. That strike though was pretty awesome to watch. Even if I'm tripping over my words the entire time. We got some destruction there. You could tell by the particles. Okay, wow. We destroyed something else. I'm tempted to see just what I did. Oh, whoa, there's a giant hole in the deck. Maybe I should have put more layers of armor there. Actually, it shouldn't matter because there's a lot of armor there protecting the cabs, and there's like 2 layers of armor there protecting the rest of the batteries. Basically, I just need to figure out something to do with this space, and yeah, batteries. But it seems we're actually almost out of power now, so let's swing it to about here. Let's see if we can. Alright, okay. I can't tell if we're moving, because we're unanchored or not. Let's try this. So I think we're actually aiming right now for the anchors. Because if your tech is anchored, it counts as like an actual tech. Like a cab is how the targeting sees it. And shields are down. Well, now whatever I do is just going to annihilate it. Oh, yep, that took out Sky Anchor. We're still aiming the guns when I fired, so it did hit. Oh, no, it's actually aiming for that. Oh, it's probably aiming there. Oh, we can see batteries exploding. Actually, I don't want to approach because it's still a live tech. It has a cab, I think. Alright, I want to do a cool thing. I wanted to do a cool thing where I, launched this tech off of the aviation battleship, but it appears the enemy AI is targeting it now. Oh yeah, there's a completely exposed battery. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Actually, I'm safe down here. Ha. Yep, there's a completely exposed battery. Oh, whoa. I didn't even realize the hole I made back here. But you can tell that's just how well armored it is. This was way weaker armor plating because, you're not supposed to get hit back there. Dang. Also, I can't get a minute apiece with these dual purpose guns. I always get dual and double mixed up. Even with the missiles too. But this is a really fast flying tech, so it makes sense for dodging. Oh, never mind. Alright, we need to finish it, like, now. Actually, I want to see how many main gunshots. Oh, wow. I think it was just one. Actually, no, that's the deck batteries exploding, not the ones inside. It's still alive. There we go. Nope. Oh, because those are Geocore batteries. They, I think their technical durability stat, or like explosiveness stat, is like -1, which means they implode, so they don't deal any damage around them. They still, do get destroyed. It's just they don't deal damage to other blocks around it like, explosive normal batteries do. Oh, what was that? Oh, that's what we're trying to do. Yeah, I figured. Also, dang. We were attacked for a few seconds and it took a giant chunk out of this tech. That just shows pure difference in armor plating. Anyways. Yeah, there's nothing left. One main gun and one Sky Anchor. Alright, whatever. My guns aren't aiming properly. I want to do a reload. Now, let's fight as the actual Purifier ship this time. After a bunch of preparation, I'm finally ready. I've even lowered this tech to be, relatively similar height to the aviation battleship. If I went any lower, I think these would all scrape against the ground and break, and, that's not good. So let's begin. I'll let them get the first shot. So these missiles actually have really good range too, so those come in and just like dice immediately. The first shot took out a lot of my bow. Actually, let's pause for a second. Oh, they broke something. Oh, they're just breaking off the armor. That's no big deal. That just shows how powerful this Hawkeye armor really is. So, our shots. Well, you know, damage actually isn't terrible. Well, okay. I'm basing this off the fact they still have main guns. Well, one of their secondaries was destroyed. Well, I mean, their cab is nearly exposed, so that's probably not a good thing. Their armor is still intact, though, and it's because we're aiming for the cab. The flight deck still works, so you could get aircraft on and off of here. Oh, right. Where we'll give them the first strike advantage. Not like it matters. And even our secondary guns over here fire as well. Then we get missile salvos. Still going for that tech, huh? Yep, all our fire is concentrated right here. While their fire is concentrated here. I hope I'm not too low to the ground with this configuration. Oh, they've lost, So let's see, what damage can I do from over here? Well, a lot more, especially because the main guns can't really target me. And we're just tearing off their armor. Oh, there goes the bow. Wow. No, it's still intact. I can take the little fire from the... They're basically just like pea shooters. Our guns are faced straight down, so let's see what does it want to do. Oh, it wants to go for the cab in there. It's the closest cab to the guns. And she's gonna tip. Yep. Oh, the batteries are going. Kind of. Ooh, these are old explosive batteries too. It's still alive somehow. Not really much to say here, just like... It's a bit tougher than I thought, actually. I'm just making sure all three of my guns can fire. Oh, there goes the shields. And that's the rest of the tech. Maybe. Somehow not. Its guns are even still firing. Oh, there we go. And, well, our bow is destroyed, but the gun is still mounted because those Hawkeye 6 blocks. None of these blocks around it matter, so that's cool. Minimal damage up here. Just some armor plates were torn off. That's about it, though. Yeah. So, how do you destroy a tech like this? Bombs, or, well, high altitude bombs, meaning like this tech never has line of sight of your plane or it will be shot down. That's about it, actually. You can't win against this tech in one-on-one combat just because the pure strength this thing possesses. I mean, I really wish there was more I could kind of show to kind of, you know, show you guys just like how powerful this is of a tech and what monster I created. Alright, I have to do this quickly because I forgot how laggy of a tech this is. let's just see if we can kill this tech with this plane or crash trying. Well, I think we're about to explode. Doesn't mean we can't get like 100,000 missiles off. I don't know what word I was trying to use there. I mean, we're destroyed for sure. That was actually kind of beautiful. And really laggy. Ah, that was a terrible idea. Oh, looks like somehow I destroyed the escape pod. Hey, it's actually shooting me. It doesn't deal damage. Wait, can I swap to it? Can we get a proof of concept here? No, because the idea is that these are supposed to go before this tech could get out, and then just like preserve the cab, but it ain't worth it. Okay, damage. I did nothing. I literally scratched this tech and destroyed one rocket launcher. Okay. Actually, though, we depleted its batteries almost all the way. That we got like 1.5 battery remaining. Dang. Okay, so that's pretty cool. But the last thing I want to show off is a variant of this tech. So this is Purifier B. She's called B because, well, this is like a prototype secondary version. You kind of have to like set it up is the issue. So first of all, what you're supposed to do at least is slowly lower the hover power to 0. If you basically set it to 0 and from like 100%, it'll crash down and break some of your hover pads, which is bad. I don't think you keep this on. I haven't done this in a little bit. So what you do here is, alright, third time's the charm. If I don't have people interrupting me. Alright, yes, that's how it's supposed to go. So you kind of just, explode the explosive bolts. This is a disaster. Alright, so this was built as like a proof concept, if you will, for aircraft handling equipment. I mean, I don't see the role that angling where because like you have a very limited angle of takeoff here. Actually, it's not terrible, but you want to go off this way because you kind of fall then catch air. So that we're kind of positioned properly. Let's fly off. Oh wait, no, that was the issue. Oh, even if you are airplane. Alright, it sometimes sticks, but whatever. It worked better last time. And normally, if this was like a finished prototype, you'd also have chargers on the sides there. But yeah, just another creation of mine I want to show off. I'm also using new jet engines as literally the only propulsion, and we're getting, what, 130 miles an hour in the air ish, 125, 130. So that's pretty incredible. Oh, but I guess if you unload it, the techs don't become too happy. Alright though, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this episode of TerraTech builds. These builds take me a ridiculously long amount of time, and I am very happy to show them off though. Next episode is likely going to be aircraft, considering, how many different types I have. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. This is Enzo from LookIntoGaming, signing out.